Hanging out the baseball winter meetings with the Orioles Director of Player Development, Brian Graham. And Brian, kind of an exciting time in baseball here with people from all over the sport, a lot of people from the Orioles. This lobby's pretty active. Fun time here in the winter meetings.
It is a fun time. It's a great time because you get to see all 30 clubs together. You get to interact with all the people in the same jobs with yourself and see all the agents, and it's a great time.
In your position, you're involved with a whole lot of things. Players who will make their way to the major league level, and of course you oversee everything in the minor leagues. What kind of role do you have specifically here with Dan and the Orioles?
Well, hopefully I'm a piece of good information. I'm the guy that they rely on to give the evaluations for the minor league players, and certainly if we have any trades in the works, and as well with the Rule 5 draft and where our minor league players line up and who we potentially could pick or what positions we have needs. And you know, it's a fun time for myself as well.
Yeah. In terms of some of the players this year, let me ask you about some guys. And let's start with Bundy. He came back, he had no setbacks from the Tommy John surgery. He did end the year with a strained lat on the DL. How is he doing right now?
He's doing great. Bundy is in perfect health. Bundy is having what we call a normal off season. So it's a downtime for him. He'll begin his throwing program soon, and he'll come into spring training on the exact same program as everybody else, healthy and ready to go.
What were your thoughts on the year he had?
Well, I was very pleased, and probably the most promising thing about his whole rehab is he had no setbacks, and everybody wants to gauge velocity, and certainly from our standpoint that's important, but the fact he had no setbacks is the most important thing.
Hunter Harvey had a very good year. It ended in late July with a flexor mass muscle strain. When I interviewed Hunter, he said doctors told him this is not a surgery, this is a rest and rehab, and he should be fine. Is that the ball club's understanding as well?
Absolutely. He's 19 years old. He logged a lot of innings. It's his first full season. We were being very cautious, and he's in a great position. He's healthy. He feels good. He's going to begin a throwing program, and he'll be ready to go.
What kind of winter will it be? Any limitations or any changes based on how his season ended with that injury?
Not really. We'll be conservative with the throwing program from the beginning, but he's going to develop during the winter just like everybody else, and he'll go to his throwing program and his bullpen routines, and we anticipate he'll be ready for spring training.
Another guy a lot of fans are hearing about these days, Brian, is Dario Alvarez. The Orioles have some openings in their outfield. Dario Alvarez is on the come. He hit 300 at 2 levels. How close is he to the major leagues?
Well, he's close. He's definitely close, and you always want to start the season with somebody you know you can put in the 5-hole or the 6-hole that's going to drive in runs and give you good at-bats. And Dario Alvarez is not proven yet at the major league level, but he's a very talented guy. He's going to be a plus outfielder. He obviously has a great arm, and offensively he puts good at-bats together. He's going to show some power, and the guy loves to play the game of baseball. He loves baseball. He loves to show up every day, and I think Dario Alvarez is going to be a real good player.
One other guy I wanted to ask you about, and a lot of Oriole people were happy recently when Butch Davis got hired to be the first base coach of the Minnesota Twins. 20-year Oriole employee, great Oriole employee, had a profound impact on some young minor leaguers over a long time. What was that like for the organization when you got the news about Butch?
You know what, tremendous, and personally for me, very gratifying. I'm so happy for Butch. He deserves the opportunity that he's getting. As an organization, you love when your guys get an opportunity because you're being recognized as an organization that's doing something correct. And when you look at Dave Anderson getting a nice job and Butch Davis getting a good job, and you look at guys that other organizations are coming in and wanting your guys, it means you're doing something, you know, in the right direction. So very happy for Butch Davis.
Well, Brian, great to see you here. Brian Graham got the Chief Bender Award at the winter meetings last year, a very prestigious award, and one of the most respected men in the game running the Orioles Player Development Department. Great to hang out with you, Brian. Thanks.
Well, thank you very much.
Brian Graham with us here at the winter meetings on MASNsports.com.